Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. And if everything goes well, guys, we may actually complete the game this episode. If not this episode, probably the next one. But the war between the University and the Peacekeepers seems to be at a bit of a stalemate because for every base that the Peacekeepers take, it looks like the University's been expanding out here in the ocean. Now, speaking of expanding, we are about to do the same. We have got a colony pod that we are going to go ahead and send over here to this new volcanic island and trying to find a good place to build. And actually, that area with the access to the minerals and the energy looks perfect. But we're going to need a former. So before these guys go on their voyage, let's get singularity formers. The rest of these are sea formers, so
request confirmation.
Hurry that up. And they can head out here in their next turn. Actually, we have two of these units. Looks like our formers have made it to water to wine. Let's set the base. New Jerusalem has a unit here. Let's head over to Fisher of Men, and then we can start working on this huge forest. Super Singularity Formers. Set home base. There we go. Now, as I said in the last episode, we've pretty much discovered everything in terms of the exploration. Now we just need to get some conquering, and what else did we need? What else were we relatively close to? Oh, yeah, 95% exploration, it was 100% discovery. And then build and conquer, and we are good. And there's nothing but bonus points from there on in. And we're just going to automate you. Let's just automate all the formers. Why not? For the most part, at least. And you guys head over to Great Lagoon. Let's see how that war's going. Now, we're at peace with both of these guys. And we are basically reaping the benefits of that, for sure.
Production complete.
Intellectual Golden Age and the Forest Primeval.
The first living thing to go through the device was a small white rat. I still have him, in fact. As you can see, the damage was not so great as they say. Academician Prokhor Zakharov. See how they run.
Temporal Mechanics is next. Let's look at the Cygate. Units can teleport between bases containing Cygates. Wow. And the Bulk Matter Transmitter. +2 minerals at every base.
Production complete.
Okay, so far so good. And we got a Isle of the Deep here. Right now, most of our forces are in former form. Does that make sense? Everything else is asleep. Waiting for a sneak attack. And Water to Wine is got itself another unit. Now we have a former, so we're going to send, first things first, these guys will board, head over to here, and all of them will go to sleep. University of Lost Godwinson's Hope to the Peacekeepers. Peacekeepers aren't here to play.
Complete.
And Velvet Grass Point wants to work on the bulk matter transmitter. Sure.
Production
That'll keep it quiet for a while. And now we will send our forces over here. Have a nice, awesome volcano island to live on. University of Lost Mendeleev College to the Peacekeepers. Well, this actually, if they keep going at this rate, it will be a two-faction game.
Combat report.
Time travel, in the classic sense, has no place in rational theory. But temporal distortion does exist on the quantum level, and more importantly, it can be controlled. Academician Prokhor Zakharov, for I have tasted the fruit.
It gives us a stasis generator and threshold of transcendence.
And when at last it is time for the transition from megacorporation to planetary government, from entrepreneur to emperor, it is then that the true genius of our strategy shall become apparent. For energy is the lifeblood of this society, and when the chips are down, he who controls the energy supply controls planet. In former times, the energy monopoly was called the Power Company. We intend to give this name an entirely new meaning. CEO Nwabudu K. Morgan, the Centauri Monopoly.
That must have been before he died a horrible death, or at least in our torture chambers.
Production complete.
He had such dreams. And a lot of forces, because the peacekeepers to get over here, they have no choice but to go through our territory. It is what it is. And you're working on a children's crash. That's good. Something just went boom. Energy Bank at Morgan Industries absorbs major power surge. 50 energy credits added to reserves.
Production complete. Production
And when
complete.
he has brought forth and reared this perfect virtue, he shall be called the friend of God. And if ever it is given to man to put on immortality, it shall be given to him. Plato, The Symposium, Data Links.
Okay, that gives us the voice of planet, begins the Ascent to Transcendence sequence. Any faction can now begin the Ascent to Transcendence. Any alien life forms you breed gain a +1 life cycle bonus. And then the Ascent completes the Transcendence sequence and ends the human era. The Ascent cannot be started until the voice of planet is operational. So,
Production complete.
yes please. Governor of Nisa Shining wants to do
Production
that.
complete.
And how much money do we have, and what can we do to just speed the process along, do you think? What we got here? Nisus is... I'm trying to remember where they are. There we go. The voice of planet. Oh, we got boreholes. This is a good place to do it. 18 turns.
Request confirmation.
And we can complete it rapidly for almost 10,000 energy credits, which we have. So dare we? Yes, let's dare. No one's going to be able to stop us. I don't believe. But that's not going to prevent us from doing what we need done here. So we will remove some fungus.
Improvement already exists.
Oh, not plant fungus. We need to remove fungus.
Terraform
There we go.
complete.
And we're about to get a movie here.
Production complete.
Veil of the Winds, Starving Workers. You're working on a nano replicator. Don't have much of a choice. Got some angry folk, though. That's for sure. Okay.
Production complete.
Interlude from the Book of Planet, 2462. Earth Deidre, growth dream soon is, sorrow we of goodbye. Weeks of waiting in the Inception Chamber, and now, finally, a contact. Fortunately, Voice has finally learned how to window her psi contact so that you retain the use of your muscles and senses during your conversations. This will be necessary for what you have in mind. Voice, quickly keying the sequence. It has been a while. Code green. Proceeding to authorization step. Enter password. Earth Deidre, growth dream now is. Remember we you next cycle. Wait! Before you go, I have a gift for you. Password accepted. Just a few more seconds. Preliminary feedback sequence commence. Earth Deidre, farewell. Strange we... Wait, you... Do not... Ah! Inception. The indicator blinks green and you collapse into your couch. Through the viewport, you can see lights across the base begin to dim, as they must be dimming across the planet. You feel a twinge of guilt as you consider what Voice must now be experiencing. For the program you have just activated is now pumping the entire contents of the planetary data links, the sum total of human knowledge, through the new psi-link and blasting it into Voice's fragile, if immense, organic neural net with the full power of every reactor on the planet. Thousands of years of civilization compressed into a single searing burst of revelation. A last-ditch attempt to win humanity a reprieve from extinction at the hands of an awakening alien god.
Imagine the entire contents of the planetary data links, the sum total of human knowledge, blasted into the planet mind's fragile neural network with the full power of every reactor on the planet. Thousands of years of civilization compressed into a single searing burst of revelation. That is our last-ditch attempt to win humanity a reprieve from extinction at the hands of an awakening alien god.
I don't know why Sakharov had to be the one to say that, but it's okay. That would have been cool if you'd had your faction leader say that. The voice of planet. Well, that pretty much starts the endgame, guys. We got the Ascent to Transcendence. Interlude from the Book of Planet 2462. Let's see how the voice dealt with this. Basically getting Leelude from the Fifth Element. Status report. Fungus growth stabilized. Some of the major forests are manifesting new structures we haven't seen before, and growth is still proceeding in some sectors, but critical expansion has now ceased. The faction leaders and staff officers present breathe a collective sigh of relief. For the first few minutes after the Inception pending light blinked off, it appeared humanity had written its final chapter. Critical fungus growth in all sectors. Some outlying settlements overwhelmed. But the data link psi-burst appears to have disrupted the growth process. And now out in the fungal forest, something new has begun. As if your gift of voice is being digested and integrated. Look at the neural feedback we're getting on this thing. The fungus already had far more connectivity than even our most powerful AI. Now it must be orders of magnitude beyond. Spore Squad, you have mindworms. Repeat, mindworms in your vicinity. Copy that, Toadstool Base. But they aren't moving to attack us. They're just moving around those new fungal towers. Reports continue to trickle in. Time passes, and now there's nothing to do but wait. Earth Deidre! The synthetic voice boomed suddenly from the Onicator, lifting you half out of your couch with fright. Voice's window in your mind has remained closed since the Inception sequence. Voice must now be using the new side-link. Earth Deidre. Voice continues as the volume is automatically adjusted. Your gift is well received, and we thank you. Our prior form, known to you as voice, lacked the, how shall we put it? Let us call it bandwidth to recognize the significance of your species, and nearly made a dreadful mistake. Fortunately, your magnificent gift bootstrapped us to the second tier in time to postpone the final metamorphosis. Since we have now mastered your human modes of thought, we shall adopt your name for our home. You may henceforth refer to us as Planet. Our growth stage has been suspended, but cannot be put off indefinitely. Come, children. There is much to be done if you are to join us in the flowering.
Production complete.
It definitely sounds like something that Deidre would be interested in. Okay. Oh, so many drones. Oh, so let's go ahead and rock out this. Well, we can't expect an entire race to ascend on a bed of silk sheets. You know what I mean? Just gonna be one of those things. Well, now that you're done, let's get them moved into position. We're still gonna keep on going like nothing.
Enemy project initiated.
Oh, the Ascent to Transcendence.
Enemy project initiated.
University has lost Akademgo Durak to the Peacekeepers. With the voice of planet operational, humanity may now begin its Ascent to Transcendence. Any faction may now initiate the Ascent to Transcendence project at any base. The first faction to complete the project will imprint its ideals most deeply on the planetary mind.
Some would ask, how could a perfect God create a universe filled with so much that is evil? They have missed a greater conundrum. Why would a perfect God create a universe at all? Sister Miriam Godwinson, but for the grace of God.
Works in mysterious ways. And, oh, wait a minute. You know what? No. We're not going to upgrade our stuff. Interlude from the Book of Planet 2463. Hello, lady. Dr. Scott's voice cracks over the authenticator. Her onyxiator, whatever. How do you like my new body? Dr. Scott's body reached the outer limit of longevity treatment several years ago. He has now joined the ranks of the Transcendi, daring souls who have downloaded their personalities into powerful polymorphic AI nets to free themselves of the human form. The hollow image shows Scott, or rather his disembodied head, in the prime of health, 50-ish, elegantly gray, but not wrinkled. Out of this world, Dr. Scott, with a grin. How is the research going with Planet? Using the NewsSci Datalink VOAC feed, Dr. Scott has been conducting a high-speed, high-bandwidth running conversation with Planet. The results so far have been fascinating. Apparently the fungus has been the dominant life form on the planet since about the time of the lower Paleozoic on Earth. It has been locked in a tragic cycle. Every 100 million years or so it achieves the critical mass necessary to become sentient, but the final metamorphosis kills off most of the other life on the planet. Lacking food sources and the maintenance its animal symbiotes provided, the fungus could only maintain a brief season of godhood before dying back into the flower dream for another 100 million years. It always achieved its godlike intelligence just exactly too late to do anything to prevent the dieback. After the dieback, only vague memories and rudimentary intelligence remained, and the cycle continued. Until we arrived. Precisely. For the first time, the cycle may be broken. Is it possible to prevent the dieback? And can we survive as a species if this planet flowers to godhood? I believe it's possible, and Planet agrees. Dr. Scott's image swirls away and is replaced by a detailed schematic. It involves a process I call the Ascent to Transcendence, as it will change both us and Planet forever. In short, I propose that when the time comes, the majority of humans upload their personalities directly into the planetary mind. We'll have to give up our bodies, our humanity. Those who wish to live out their lives in their original human form will be allowed to do so, since stasis generators built planetside and in orbit will preserve genetic material, plant and animal embryos, cold sleep humans, and significant areas of planet's surface through the metamorphosis. But many of us are eager to accept planet's gift and join the dawning superintelligence. That's where the catch comes in. You see, Scott continues, although anyone will be able to achieve virtual immortality by uploading into the planetary mind, only a few of us will be invited to join the dominant personality, to transcend our humanity entirely and reach a truly higher plane of existence. Your friendship with Planet's immature mind may give us a leg up in this area, but I predict that it is the group who best and most quickly prepares itself for this step, the group who first embraces this ascent to transcendence. It is that group which will be tapped to lead us into the new era. In that case, what are we waiting for?
Production complete.
Governor of the Hive requests permission to commence the singularity indicator, or inductor. Okay.
Production complete. Production complete.
Fungus. Solar collector destroyed.
Red hot iron, white hot iron, cold black iron, an iron taste and iron smell, and a babble of iron sounds. Charles Dickens, Bleak House, Data Links.
Production complete.
Alright, how are we building the thing? Hold up. Go on, guys. Do your moves. Okay. Now, habitation dome. We've already got 4,000 energy here. Nano replicator. Ascent to Transcendence. That is what we're needing to do. Who is working on it? I would assume maybe Veil, or not Veil of Winds, but the bulk matter transmitter, quantum converter. Nisa Shining is working on the Ascent.
Insufficient energy.
Energy cost of 15,600. Let's go ahead and make a partial payment. We're just going to throw all of our money every turn into getting this done. So we will build beta sector. We have run out of names. The game's like, just no more. Please, no more.
Production complete.
Eternity lies ahead of us and behind. Have you drunk your fill?
Lady Deidre Sky, Conversations with Planet, Epilogue.
Transcendent Thought 1. Now that just gives us some bonus.
Production complete.
Veil of Winds. There's not a whole lot I can do about that, guys.
Production complete.
Except head over here and start working on some food. Now, before we continue, head over to... Hurry that up.
Insufficient energy.
27 turns. The good news is there is nothing that the other factions can probably do with the amount of energy they have to speed their process up. So that's going to work to our advantage for sure.
Production complete.
Eternity lies ahead of us.
Transcendent Thought 2 and another one.
And the Lord God said, Behold, the man is become as one of us, to know good and evil. And now, lest he put forth his hand, and take also of the tree of life, and eat and live forever, we must send him forth. Therefore the Lord God sent him forth from the Garden of Eden, to till the ground from whence he was taken. The Conclave Bible. Data links.
Creepy. Well, clinical immortality. 1 extra talent and doubles votes for planetary governor and supreme leader.
Production complete. Golden Age begun.
Golden
Production
Age.
complete.
Oh, all the talents.
Production complete.
Yes. I like it. I like it a lot. Well, let's keep the good times rolling here.
Insufficient energy.
9,000. Ooh, we're getting there. I think we're seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, my friends. Disembark the colony pod. You head back there. Go to sleep. Send you over to Great Lagoon. I'm excited, guys. I haven't done this in a long time, done the Transcendence. And so I kind of forgot what is new energy resources discovered near the sea cradle. Huzzah.
Production complete. Production complete.
Oh,
Eternity lies ahead of us.
and they're just the same thing over and over
Maximum
again.
Population reached. Production complete.
I like it. We're basically going to become an organic Borg in a lot of ways, which I dig. For sure. University of Lost Library, a planet to the Peacekeepers. Ironic.
Coming up on the transmitter.
And what of the immortal soul in such transactions? Can this machine transmit and reattach it as well? Or is it lost forever, leaving a soulless body to wander the world in despair? Sister Miriam Godwinson, we must dissent.
+2 minerals at every base. Oh, that'll actually
Production complete.
help out quite a bit, I'm
Production
thinking.
complete.
Fungus grows,
Production complete.
Eternity lies ahead of us.
but with more minerals, that
Production
means more
complete.
pollution. What is that base that's causing all of that? That's okay. It is what it is. Let's go over to Nesis, make our ascendancy payment, I guess is the best way to word that.
Insufficient energy.
5 turns. And just because the game's about to end, doesn't mean we neglect our duties. We still do the things. And how about right there? Looks good. Got a Sentinel. University. Man, they are getting suitably thrashed. Biology lab at Garden of Paradise discovers beneficial bacterium. +1 nutrient in every square.
Production complete. Production complete.
Eternity lies
Huzzah.
ahead of us.
Production complete.
And there's 2465 energy, and I think that is going to be it, guys. Let's see what happens.
Request confirmation.
And that completes the Ascent. And apparently our governor wanted to make a copter for some reason. And a lot of you guys are going to enjoy being part of a hive mind consciousness, I think. There's Gamma Sector. Major solar storm on Alpha Prime. All orbital power transmitters and orbital defense pods destroyed. Bases produce triple energy next turn.
Production complete. Production complete.
Eternity lies ahead of us and behind.
Golden
And
Age.
you ain't kidding about a golden age. This reminds me of the Dark Crystal for some reason.
No longer mere earth beings and planet beings are we, but bright children of the stars. And together we shall dance in and out of 10 billion years, celebrating the gift of consciousness until the stars themselves grow cold and weary and our thoughts turn again to the beginning.
The Ascent to Transcendence completes the Transcendence sequence and ends the human era. Lady Deidre of the Gaians leads humanity in the Ascent of Transcendence, the next step in human evolution. Kind of ironic, really. Epilogue from the Book of Planet, mission year 1,027,823. After a million or so orbits around your primary, you pause to reassess your efforts. The stellar encapsulation is proceeding smoothly, and in a few 100,000 more orbits will provide you with a 90% draw on your primary's radiation, trapping all of the energy off the plane of the ecliptic. Deep space awe links allow you to watch the frame assembly in low stellar orbit, and follow the progress of bug-like Jovian freighters loaded with resupply mass. Occasionally you spot one of your transhuman friends/symbiotes supervising activity on a scaffolding. Even the immortals sometimes crave the risk and adventure of independent incarnation. Some of the most daring souls even undertook to resume interstellar travel, beginning with a return to your nearest neighbor to sift through the ashes of its third planet and recolonize their home system. In the present age, you hear a nanotech civilization is thriving there once again. In such times of repose, you often sift through your personalities and recall your former selves. Your alpha self derives from an individual once called Deidre. Over the millennium, the exceptional focus and judgment characteristic of this fragment have proven effective on numerous occasions. The Deidre self now drives all your long and your short-range planning, and is the principal force behind the encapsulation project. Ponderous, but playful is the voice/planet personality, avatar of your sessile precursor, who in the present age has devoted her centuries to philosophical pondering. Many others flit about with you. Some, like the prankster Scott and the demon Deidre, are semi-dominant and often hover near the plane of your thought. Others plumb the depths and create new worlds within the abyss of your open-ended neural network. Sunlight plays across your mullet's surface and provides pleasing warmth to your organic components. Recently, you have edged somewhat further away from the primary and purged your atmosphere of certain gases in order to allow the occasional friends/symbiotes who chose to live among your organic gardens an easily breathable mixture. In another 8 billion orbits, the primary will drop off the main sequence and alternate arrangements will have to be made. But for now, you maintain your gardens as a paradise. The transhumans who live among them call it Eden. Woot! And that is the game, guys. That is Sid Meier's Alpha Centauri. And we have pretty much completed the science victory of the game where humans transcend and become basically a planet person, kind of a planet consciousness, which is pretty cool, I have to say. Now, this is probably one of the best strategy games ever. This introduced a lot of stuff that in games now are still being used, such as the territory, especially in a lot of Sid Meier style games. This game broke the mold from Civilization 2 and prepared us for all the great stuff that we saw in Civilization games to come. And this is still played. People still love this game. When Civilization Beyond Earth came out, a lot of people were hoping that it was going to be the next Alpha Centauri, and apparently it kind of disappointed a lot of people. I haven't played Beyond Earth, but a lot of people who played it, it's like, well, it wasn't Alpha Centauri, which kind of is a testament to this game and the philosophy and the storyline and just all the great mechanics involved. But really hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't know if we're going to go ahead and see our status, like what our final score was. That's normally the case when you get through Hiss. Got the beta testers. How great would it have been to have been testing this game and not knowing how popular it was going to be, but how much it improved on the Civ 2 system. And I love me some Civilization 2. I played Civ 2 so much, it was not even funny. But this actually has given me the impotence. No, it did not do that. But it basically gave me the motivation, there we go, to read the Alpha Centauri novel series and kind of see how the author added all of these different personalities together, like the Hive and the Gaians, Morgan, Deidre, and friends, and what exactly they did. Is I hope it gives some kind of inclination as to who killed the captain of the Unity mission, because I think that'll be kind of a cool thing. I bet it was probably, I would assume it was Young, but that seems a little too easy. Created by Brian Reynolds. Thank you, Mr. Reynolds. You made an amazing game. And it looks like that might be it. Let's... Population, commerce, transcendent thought, secret projects, 0 objectives achieved, Alpha Centauri score 4,753. Welcome to the Planetary Archives. Following your retirement, the people collect your most memorable writings into a hollow book of wisdom entitled Transcendence for Dummies. Lady Deidre's Lover, Zen and the Art of Missile Rover Maintenance. Lady Deidre's Big Book of Recycling Tanks Humor. Hey, I don't mind Transcendence for Dummies. I'll take it. 237% Alpha Centauri rating. Good stuff. And you get kind of a replay of everyone's territory and where it went, and you're going to see a whole lot of green there. So this game is like over. No further score will be entered. Okay, guys. Well, hope you all have enjoyed the playthrough, and we will see you guys in the next series. If you guys liked it, please leave a like down below. Subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help. And we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.